Alright, so it is finally time. I'm finally settled in. I'm tired. I don't want to do anything, but yeah, this weekend went to ARG Las Vegas here locally, and had a good time, had a really good time. I just wanted to take some time to go over not only my experience, the meta, people I met, and just overall thoughts of both ARG and as well as PPG. Hopefully this is not going to be too long because I'm not going to go through every single deck, but I am going to go through all the ones that I feel are notable, and as well as all the people who play them, and of course all the people I played. So first off, how did I do? I didn't do that great. So I've come to realize that pretty much every event, I only been to a couple, but every event that I've done, it's I have to get better at doing the better meta pick, or at least having a better solid pick. At first, going into the best of 3 event, the first day, Saturday, originally I really wanted to play Baby, but I couldn't get the Baby leader in time. And when I did have him in time, I realized I didn't have enough cards to actually build the build that I wanted. I wasn't going to run the yellow-red build. That was probably going to be on the side, but if anything, I was going to make a model red build with Foreseeing Hit and all, and the triple striking ape, the whole thing. And I also had to get the promos, which I didn't do until pretty much the week before, and I didn't want to change decks beforehand, like really quickly. Another thing is Janemba. I really didn't want to do the Janemba mirror. I really didn't want to deal with that. Turns out I didn't play one Janemba the whole goddamn time. So instead of playing that deck, I went with Broly GT, and it was because of 2 things. One, that when the deck goes off, it goes off. It does real work. And 2, I think that I just wanted to have fun. I really enjoyed that deck. I love it. I love the GT engine. I love Broly as a leader. I know he can be a little oppressive sometimes, but honestly, he's not that bad. He does have his weaknesses, and I think both these events show that. Either way, the other thing that I learned is that, yeah, Cronoa is definitely prevalent, not only in sideboards, but in main boards. I think I took majority of game 1s throughout the whole day. When I didn't take game 1, it was really hard to come back. But when I did do it, the game 2 almost guaranteed a Cronoa, and in the back of my head, I had to fight the game of like, okay, do I play to awaken faster to play Shigesh? Because I was playing 2-2 at that point, and the other thing was like, okay, do I play towards 2 red and yellow to just play the 3-drop and awaken and then go into triple flash? Those are the type of things I had to go through, and to get that 4 energy, which is the perfect thing that you want to do, I didn't really have too much defense when it came down to it. I was running Time Magic instead of Nimbus. I didn't have too many combo pieces in order to protect my leader too much. The plan was to not awaken until I play the 3-drop and make sure to do that. The other thing was that I also found out that Baby is a terrible matchup for it, which I discussed with the person who, Sandy. Yeah, Sandy. He told me, wait, no, not Sandy. Although Sandy did play the Broly GT tech, and he told me about it. But the other guy who topped in the Euro Championships with Broly GT told me that Baby is pretty much terrible. That's why I had to side in strategies, and I feel like I should have done that at a higher rate. Like I should have done 3 instead of 2. Same thing with minus Killy Zone, because Cold Blood Less Cuz does affect that kind of terribly. And then the other thing was just, it's just understanding like what other decks are going to be playing. I played 5 Brolys. Yeah, no. I played 4 Brolys. Okay, I played 2 Broly Maidens, 1 Broly Lineage with the Victory Strike, and then 1 regular Broly Lineage. I lost to the Broly Lineage and as well as the Victory Strike one, simply because I aggroed them pretty like hyper aggro the first 2 rounds for the Victory Strike one. I just didn't close it out for the second game, or no, the 3rd game, and he beat me in the 2nd game. And then the other one, I don't remember what happened there. But the 2 maiden ones were kind of difficult because they just kept dropping my hand. It's a really good deck. My friend, shout out to Eric if you're watching this, man, or anybody from locals. Definitely shout out to you for getting top 32 with Broly Maidens. If I can, I will be doing that deck profile as well. And then shout out to Paolo with his Pan deck getting 17th. Yeah, 17th. It's just getting just that much close, or getting bubbled out that much to getting top 16. And for me, you know, I placed like 60 something, so I mean, I can't talk anything. Like I can't do anything. And then I lost first round. So the first round I'm going to be putting up as a deck profile because the guy's great. I more shout outs. I know this is gonna be a long video. I'm so sorry, but more shout outs to him. He runs his own shop. I'll explain it in the video and stuff like that. But he was playing Golden Frieza. He botted me the first game, and I was just like, "What am I doing? What am I?" He awakened turn 2 with Golden Frieza, and I was just like, "Dude, what am I even doing right now?" He was just going off. The game 2, I took it. I wouldn't say is easy, but it like I went right back into the mode of like, okay, dude, I got to take this. And then in the game 3, I lost because I went for game with Mira, and he had 1 life. I had 1 yellow for the open battering. I swung. And I forgot that the man is playing a 3-drop, yes, a 3-drop green Piccolo. That is a blocker. I forgot to tap, and that cost me the game. I would have took game right then and there. The mirror was like 100k, and right after that, it was just all downhill. I just misplayed that game, and the third game, the second game, the second match I took, that was fairly easy. The third game, or the third match, I did not negate. That was against the Victory Strike Broly. If I negated his leader, that he was going to Champa because he had 3 open energy, I thought I was going to Mira instead. I was just like, I'm just gonna take the chance instead and just negate the next one. It just didn't matter. Like I should have negated and then just took the chance that he had no other battle cards to play out. But if anything, that was a real bummer. Just the misplays in the beginning, and then throughout the day, I played a lot better. It was just half matchups, half like, you know, I was just not in the mood to play, but I just finished it out. And then yeah, so I played 4 of those Brolys, 3 baby. I played 3 baby. Crazy, and they pretty much all had the same build. Shout out to Crossroll TCG. Ah, dude, I forgot your name, but I would be putting up his deck profile with the best in 1 Broly Frieza deck, the Frieza swap deck. So I will do that, and then after that, yeah, I'll do that. But if anything, yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Joey. He did take where is he? Yeah, he take top 16. I think he placed 11th in Swiss, I want to say, something like that. So I'm glad for him, Mr. Jory. I don't know. I don't know. But shout out to him. Definitely did really well. I'm really glad that he topped. Also, shout out to everybody else that I met. I posted a group thing, the community thing to come find me if you see my mat. I did get a few of those. I just wasn't out and about with my mat too much, and I wasn't wearing anything that signified that who I was. So if I did meet you, thank you for meeting me. The guy from Utah, I completely forgot your name, but you were playing Broly Veggies on day 1 and 2, I think. And pretty much everybody else who I met. Oh, and the guy who was playing Yamcha. That was a pretty good talk. Matthew. Overall, awesome time. I wish I did better, but I think really, you know, this just plays into my experience. You know, I haven't been playing card games that long, but I have been doing this since last, what, March, maybe? Really good at the idea and theory of it, but slowly getting better at being more and more competitive. So hopefully in the next events, which should be, for me at least, this is Celebrations in San Diego, I can kind of take home some goodness. I know a lot of good people are going to be coming to that event as well, so hopefully it's going to go well. Anyway, let's get on to the decks. So a lot of cool stuff as far as this event goes. Oh, speaking of the community post, I did post the basically what deck will take it for PPG and ARG. We had 33% for Genoma Mill, so that was technically right for PPG, right? I think that took PPG. I'm still pretty foggy. Like I had the list and I lost it, but I know who had top 16. Obviously, I just don't know for top cut. I do believe it was. Anyway, I know for a fact that Gogeta Shenron, this guy right here, took, well, yeah, right? Pretty sure that he did. Took the Swiss first place, going undefeated, and then for top cut it was the 2 Hurugan players, which I'm going to go over as well, the mono blue and as well as the red blue Hurugan. A lot of people, the 48% of Hydro Mastery Broly, sorry, you are incorrect, and then the other 2 incorrect. I think no one else actually predicted as I go through it. Predicted Hurugan, No, a couple babies and stuff like that, but nothing actually accurate. And if we take a look at the breakdown for the leader breakdown, it becomes even more weirder as far as the Vegas goes. So we have 4 Hurtigan. So the people who were playing Hurtigan thought it was going to be a good pick, and they went ahead and did it and went with it. We have 4 Broly, which is good because I love this little good chunk, this even chunks for everything. 3 Pan, shout out to Paolo, sorry man, and 2 Shenron. Not so impressive. I didn't play 1 Shenron, I didn't play 1 Janemba the entire day, while other people were playing 2 to 3 Shenron or Janemba straight, and then other people were playing 2 Shenron straight. So it was just really weird. My whole setup was built for going against Shenron and as well as Janemba, but it just didn't work out that well. And then we have 1 Janemba in the top cut, 1 explosive Vegeta. Yes, I actually really like. We'll go over the deck in a second, but I really do like explosive Vegeta, the Universe 7 Vegeta from the Universe or the Ultimate Box as a chain attack leader. And I think it's a pretty good pick. Overall, he has a really good tempo. And he's a good mid-range sort of player who can go, or leader who can go aggro as well. And then we have 1 Yamcha, my boy. I said it in the Discord. Yeah, Chuck, shut up. I know that you said it too. In the Discord that there's going to be a Yamcha in the top 32 at the very least for either event. And I think I am completely right on that one. I guess, Chuck, you can have a pretty a nice, some credit, okay? Some credit. And then as far as the card dominance, no surprise, Senzu Bean, Tensify Pride Trunks, for seeing hit. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Everything here has been staples pretty much from the beginning of set 3, 4 since they came out. Body change Ginyu is probably the biggest thing, or the biggest difference at the very least that we're seeing, and he's actually have been a really good situational card, and just in general for 25 or a 25,000 power body. All right, let's get into the deck. So the first one, these are no in particular, none of these are in particular order. I just wanted to go over them because I thought that they were cool. I just wanted to go through them. So also, if you have a deck and you wanted to profile it on the channel, just let me know. I'll put a comment in the actual comments just as a reminder. But if you ever do, let me know. I wanted to snipe up this one, but goddamn Joey came out of nowhere and already got him. But I just go check out his channel, okay? Go check out Crossroad TCG. He's gonna have a few more. For this one, I'm very glad after having a talk with this man. I understood the kind of concept and the direction that you wanted to take it in, and it was very simple. Like it's just like, you know, you attack as many times as you can Kaba or Tensify Pride Trunks, which is this whole thing. When it came down to it, like he really wanted those out as soon as possible. And then Fortune Teller Balba is still a clutch card. It was even during the Storm days. And with everything here just screams sort of like, I'm going to be attacking you as much as possible, and I'm going to be trying to take your life as much as possible. And during this meta in which we're really, you know, getting all these Broly decks, they keep taking life. Unless you're running blue, they're not very defensive. And after they take so much life, these type of cards where the Fearless Pan, the Digging Deep, the Testify Power Trunks, the Kaba, the Yamcha 100%, which yeah, sure, it can be easily co-bloodlusted, which is why I was kind of confused why he didn't have at least a few minus killing zones in the sideboard, but that's just me. And of course, Miraculous Comeback Son Gohan, which can attack in active mode. So the Hidden Mastery variants, this man can come out turn 2, and then if he's awakened, which very well is possible, he can go ahead and attack or use Yamcha and do the same thing too. As awaken, and then attack and make sure they can't negate, etc, etc. So very, very cool. Chain attack with the Intensifier Pine Trunks, with the burst attack, Fearless Pan / Digging Deep, and Body Chains Ginyu are really good. The Body Chains Ginyu on the side, pretty cool call as far as like going against Shenron decks who you already know are gonna be playing out Shenron or something else like that. And then for seeing hits, I can understand that. Interesting that it's in the side, not in the main. I would probably put out like 1 Topo and 1 of something else just so I can get the foreseeing hit. But I guess, you know, just so you don't mess out or mess up the everybody's trial Yamcha. But I mean, shoot, my man got top 16 slash top 8 in the top cut, so I can't say too much. And then Terra Assault Frost for the deadly defenders and things of that nature. Zeno makes sense. Cronoa makes sense. Haru makes sense. Overall, very cool guy. I'm glad you topped if you're watching this. All right, let's move on to the Blue Red Huracan by Marcus. He is a pretty well-known guy, I would say. I don't know him, but I've seen his name plenty of times, so I'm not surprised that he's up here, and I'm not surprised that he picked this deck because it's just super solid. Like Red Blue Huracan in the right place and just really at any time can be super solid. And the reason for that is because we're playing a game where we're at a point of either we're trying to survive a kill turn, or we're trying to disrupt or mess up or take away from a person's kill turn. So the Hidden Mastery variant really is like, or is trying to end it with 4 energy and bring out Hideout, even Victory Strike, that sort of thing. The reason why we're seeing so much of this, like red in general, red, blue, red, whatever, mono red, is because of Foreseeing Hit being a card that can kind of take away the Hidden Mastery, take away any of the pieces that they need, and really get away from that. Along with Objection, along with minus Killy Zone, these are the things that really kind of take away from that and get to the point of them not being able to actually do anything. And of course, it's just a strong deck. Like, we have Intensifying Prime Trunks and say Kaba for Awakening, along with Digging Deep, which you can attack twice and take life and get card advantage. We have the 1-ofs as far as the Overwhelm package, which is always a good thing because you're going to be drawing so much from Hoi, Unbreakable, and as well as Leader Skill. And that one Burst Attack Gohan, I guess he didn't really need it because he's already having a big hand, and I guess just against maybe the Chain Attack Zeno Mirror, you know, I don't see any more in the side, but that's you know, it's probably just a choice. These all 1-ofs really just kind of speak to what he was trying to go for and what he was trying to focus on. Like, all the 4s are really the things that you really need and need to see as a rule of thumb, and then all the 1-ofs are just one of the things that are either situational, or if it comes up, it's not that detrimental because you only have one of them. The Frieza Reborn in the side is kind of spicy. People who are playing red, you know, it's not that surprising to see that. And since you're playing Objection and you're going to be taking life from saying Kaba and Digging Deep, etc., it's not surprising that you're going to be at 2 to reduce it to 5. I can't imagine that you're going to be playing or hard casting at 8. 2 Phantom Flame Cannon, 2 Mafuba, 1 at all costs, 2 Mighty Killy Zone, 2 Cronoa, Light's Guide, which he doesn't run in the main. That's interesting. A 1-of. I don't really agree with it, but again, I can't really say much. 1 Scientist Fu, which again, I think it'd be better. Well, I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. I think having a removal, a finisher, and the Shot of Mystery, which you will see in other decks for Janemba, is more important. And of course, that's why this one's in the side as well. But overall, solid deck, very focused, and pretty techy. Then we have this other red-blue Huracan. I think he plays first. Yeah, I think he plays first, David, and by the creator. And similar to what we were looking at before, but more, I guess, more of a mid-range, because now we have the Raging Spirit Son Gohan, we have less of the Kaba, we have the same amount of Trunks and Digging Deep, but we also have 4 Phantom Flame Cannons, and as well as the Huracan Legs package, where you're going to be thinning out your deck and seeing what you need to see. The 2 Time Control Cronoa probably also is a good call because of all the Broly decks that are running around. If you're facing me and you didn't have main board Cronoa, you're probably going to lose game 1 at the very least, or at least have a difficult time. And the other thing is that we have Woman Cronoa, which is always a good call, because now you can easily side out these things if you're not going against your yellow leader, or you can side out one thing and then put this in just for the consistency. The Seek Attack Vegeta is interesting. I would guess it's probably against the Janemba matchup. 2 Mafuba, of course, Shenron. 1 more Foreseeing Hit in case you need to go against that. The Hidden Mastery variant. No Objection, by the way. I do like Objection in Huracan because of the Hoi, and you can just ditch it, or you can just charge it for blue, and then don't worry about any of the other blue cards that you're working on or using. And then go into, you know, your 4 drops or 3 drops to awaken. So I really do like that. But in this one, doesn't look like it's needed. The 2 minus Killy Zone is cool on the side. You know, I think it's really needed when you do have Foreseeing Hit or something else that really requires a non-play effect. Overall, again, very solid. Awesome that he won. Now, this is the other one you're gonna see. Shout out to Crossbow TCG and doing the deck profile on this deck profile. I don't know if he's actually going to be doing one, this person that is, in doing that, but again, the best one event that that I'm going to be posting on the deck, it's very similar to this, the 4 Cronoa. Look at that bad boy. But this is the Frieza swap deck that a lot of people were talking about. This, I won't say it was quote unquote slept on, but I think it was definitely something that people weren't really seeing and going against very much. And I think it was being brewed in the behind the scenes type thing, and it definitely left its mark on a lot of different things. The whole Frieza swap doesn't apply to the leader itself, but as soon as you play one and you swap out for the 2, you can then the next turn boost up either this guy, this guy, this guy, and as well as the Final Showdown Frieza at any time and swap into nothing to have that combo power and not worry about anything else after that. And then the Unbreakable, Villainy, and Sensu Bean is really good to replace the really weak Glass Cannon type deal for Broly, and I really do like that. No Shigesh, doesn't really need it, so that's really good. All about that draw, my boy. And then Time Patrol Trunks for any of the consistency, so that way you can get a Whisk Coercion, Sensu Bean, etc. One thing I forgot to ask is if they were missing the yellow package, like the Cold Bless and everything else like that, but it doesn't seem like Cold Bless is very prevalent. I think it does stop a lot of different plays, but at the same time, in this meta, it's not that big of a deal, especially since you have minus Killy Zone, which I'm surprised that he didn't side out or side in for seeing hit in from his side, but it doesn't look like he really needed it. The 2 Gruth Pilaf, interesting. The Mafuba, the Son Goku to prevent that early aggro, so that way you can go aggro. The 3 Banisher Fu, wow. And I guess it's because this one really doesn't have too much removal outside of the 3-drop Frieza, and that's my best guess. But overall, really cool deck. Watch out for the deck profile technically on this deck that's coming out probably in a couple days. Now look at this, shout out to Devon, the blue-red explosive Vegeta. My man really loves that leader. This is Jesus, who's playing the blue-red Vegeta, sort of another chain attack variant. When you, that's the thing, you're either going to be with the pack or trying to beat it, and the High Mastery Broly was really on everybody's radar, and as well as Janemba. That's why you're seeing all these chain attack Zeno decks really trying to come out. And I mean, that's the thing, that's just what the goal is. This one's pretty similar to other ones, just more ratios on different things, more burst attack, more further destruction Champa, really trying to get that double strike out. More Zeno, doesn't matter, you can just charge it. I'm guessing that's really the idea from behind it. More Gale Strike Vegeta, I don't think you really need it, but I can see why you would do it. You have the Universe 7, the burst attack, and that's pretty much it. I guess that's really the only thing. You're just charging it just so you can get the auto draw on the unawakened side. That's my best guess. 2 Lights Guide, which is really good with this leader as well. 2 more on the side, which would make sense. 3 Cronoa, which is pretty standard. 3 minus Killy Zone, so you can play the Foreseeing Hit in your deck. And then 3 Kaba, so pretty cool. I really do enjoy seeing blue-red getting some love, but your boy really wanted to play yellow, so yeah. Hey, it's Russell. So this is Mil Nemba. Wanted to point this one out because this was the only one in the top 16 for Vegas, and shout out to him. He is the guy, or one of the guys from Scatter Report. Met him for the first time. Very cool guy. Again, very glad that he did well. But this is pretty standard. Looking pretty standard. 2 striving to be the best in the main. I love it. 3 of the Gohans, really important in Janemba nowadays. 2 the Deadly Defender. I think people are really straying away from the Deadly Defender for Janemba simply because of the feature rare Vegeta, and with the prevalence of Broly and the yellow, yellow energy, it's really important not to dive to that. And then the side looks pretty interesting too. The Yajirobis, a lot of 2 drops. The Barrier Gokus, the Mafuba, an extra Raking Spirit, probably for the Janemba Mirror, and Dende Kami makes sense, and then 2 Shenron. The Shenron is probably not only to keep your draw up, but also to get out the Yajirobe and Ready Stance. If you're watching this, Russell, let me know. And also to get back the Striving to Be the Best, which is just automatically annoying. Let's just be real. The only thing I can really think of is the baby decks that are running around that kind of kill off a lot of the Janemba, which is another reason why baby was so prevalent in both this one and as well as the other. So this is one I really wanted to go over. Amir, not going to try your last name. This is Vegito Shenron. So the deal with this thing is that there are 2 main winning cons, and the first one is the Repeated Force. Another one is going to be the at all costs. I'm sure you can win with anything, but those are the kind of the main things. And also look at that little spice right there, and this Heavenly Wizard Demigra. Makes sense. Makes sense with all the baby. That's some good tech. That's some really good tech. But who could be attacked? I don't know. Maybe I guess Preface. I guess that's what it is. And I guess Lightning Fast or Lightning Speed Vegito. Anyway, so the deal with this, as I understand it, and again, if there is a deck profile over here or over there, or if you're watching this and this is your deck, please let me know in the comments, or let me know and we can do the interview, whatever you want to do. But the preface is to get these 2 out. They both have barrier. They're most likely not going to be affected, and to Child Wish them out, and then right after pay 3 energy to Lightning Fast Vegito, get the Repeated Force out, and then have a triple strike. Plus, if you didn't know what this card does, it is when it attacks, it gains 5k for each Goku and Vegeta in the drop area every time it attacks. So it's getting 5k at the very least, or 10k at the very least, after Union Fusions or Union Pretora, if they're in drop, if you did that. If not, you can just, you know, put them in drop with the 1-star ball or whatever you want to do. This one doesn't count, unfortunately, but these are all the targets for the 5k boost. But if you do give him triple attack, he's going to gain 5k every single time. This man got top 16. I think he got top 8 as well, and did really well doing it with this very spicy deck. I don't use that too often anymore, but it's pretty different. I'm very glad to see it. And this whole yellow package here is very interesting to see as well, just so you can have that battering and get that triple striking god in the in your face. It's cool that he has objection as well, so that way you can get to 3 pretty quickly, and the next turn you can pay for this, have the battering laser up, have the Repeated Force out, and then just go for a game while they have 2 energy. So if they waste it on a negate like a Mafuba, then that's pretty much GG, because he's going to be gaining 35,000 start. If you have a couple of these, 45,000, you swing again, 55,000 again, etc, etc. Of course, you have this whole hand with super combos, and that's pretty good. I really like it, and as well as for fighting Nevis. But aside, also looks like it makes sense. Minus Killing Zone for the lightning speed Vegito, the Yajirobe, no 2 Mafuba. The extra preface, I guess, is just so you can take this one out and then put this one in, maybe? I don't know. The 2 Kami, or 1 Kami actually. Yeah, you only play 1 Kami. 1 more extra Konoha, 1 Child's Wish. Okay, cool. Just for consistency, I dig it. All right, Tim, man who keeps playing Pan. Shout out to him, because Pan, it really shows the testament of time in which, like, Pan is just such a solid overall leader. Like he's been playing it forever, and it's just really good. And as you can see from here, nothing has really changed too much, other than maybe is he playing, yes, potty change Ginyu, and as well as Zarbon. I do like this. I don't know, outside of them attacking it, how it's gonna proc off, where it minuses 15k, and as well as the draw, but oh well, it is a 2-drop that draws. And then I guess if they're just not gonna KO it, then it just stays there being a 15k attacker. So I kind of dig it. I kind of really do dig it. Of course, the Frieza Reborn, a lot of people are just kind of sneaking that into the side. The 2 Haruharu, 2 Dimension Banisher, 2 Konoha, these are all standard. One thing to kind of watch out for, that I think in the video that I had that I was showcasing that Frieza deck, the activated image is not a negate. So if you're going to be negating against Mira or something like that, yes, you do get that boost. Yes, he does get that minus 10k, but it doesn't actually negate it. So it's really important to actually have negates in your side if you're playing Aftermath Image in the main. So that way you can actually have negates to avoid that type of issue. Because if he's swinging for 150 and you're at 45 or 55, that doesn't make too much of a difference, right? That's all the decks, or those are all the decks that I wanted to go over for the Vegas. The Vegas regional. Let's go ahead and switch over to the PPG.